Good evening. The City of West Miami Planning and Zoning Board meeting for April 23rd, 2019 is in session.
All who will testify, repeat after me. I do solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Do.
Okay, first order of business is to pass the meeting minutes from March 26, 2019. Any questions?
No.
Do I hear a motion?
We need a motion to approve the minutes of the previous meeting, March 26th.
I second.
Okay, Eugenio Gonzalez?
Yes.
Diana Rio.
Diana Rios?
Yes.
And
Let's go out.
Al.
It's in here.
There we go. Alvaro Laurido. And I vote yes.
Okay, next item on your hearing agenda, the new business, is public hearing agenda item number 1, property address 1401-1411 Southwest 66th Avenue, West Miami, Florida 33144. Cassia Homes, LLC, 250 Alessio Avenue, Coral Gables, Florida 33134. Applicant is requesting a special use permit for a planned development for the property at the same address. The property is zoned R2 duplex, and the applicant is requesting to develop the property by the construction of a new two-story, two-dwelling duplex. Property owner is required to construct roadway of Southwest 66th Avenue to meet concurrency on all utilities. Parcel is zoned R2 duplex, special use permit number, index number 2019-002, zoning ordinance 282, section 2B1. Yes, sir. Name and address for the record.
Good afternoon, I'm Alexander Casillas. The address is 1401 Southwest 66th Avenue, West Miami, Florida. Property in question, which I'm requesting to allow the construction of one duplex building on the empty lot, zone duplex.
I submitted a written memo for the property. The property as of today is presently zoned duplex with a former use of a single-family house. However, the house was demolished in 2008 and the area was left as a vacant lot. The lot is zoned for multifamily R2 duplex. The department recommends proposed construction of a duplex on this property because it's zoned R2 duplex. The review of the department also recommends that the installation of impact windows on the structure and the installation of cement tile roof or cement barrel tile roofs to obtain the Mediterranean style, and the installation of brick paver or stamped concrete for the driveway areas and a perimeter fence for the security and privacy of each side of the duplex. A joint party agreement is suggested if the property is ever sold as an individual side for the exterior maintenance of the property. All windows and column fenestrations as shown on the plans shall be required. The applicant is also required to construct a portion of the right-of-way of Southwest 66th Avenue in front of the property as required to meet all concurrency requirements.
We have to open up the public hearing?
Yes.
Okay, at this time, we open up the public hearing to the public. Does anybody, as you can see, there's nobody here.
We notify 500 radius feet around the property.
Okay, so we close the public hearing. Does anybody have any questions? Does the board have any questions
I
regarding
do.
this?
I have some questions. Mainly, I'm concerned about landscaping in the front.
Mhm.
This plan that we have here doesn't quite show the percentage, and I know that there's a percentage here on this table of 35%.
35% of the lot is required to be landscaped.
That is required, and this is for the entire lot.
That's correct.
Okay. It's kind of hard to see here in the front. That's my main concern, is the front. I can see some faint lines, which I suppose are like large concrete.
They are, may I approach to
Yeah,
point
yeah,
something
yeah.
out? Thank you.
Yes. Maybe maybe you have a better.
No, that's the same.
set of
It's
plans.
the same on all.
Kind of is very faint.
Yes, they are very faint because it didn't want to show too much according to the property and the setback so that they're nice and clear. That's the only reason why we are proposing the trees in a similar situation as a previous job done on, I don't know.
65th Avenue.
65th Avenue with some we are doing very similar and advanced landscaping jobs. My first
You have to speak to the mic, sir.
I'm sorry. My priority in this job is that it also contributes to the beauty of the area. Of course, the better they are, the better a product I'm gonna show also, but it's part of having the city look as nice as it is. The other duplex on 60, I forgot.
65th.
65th, that's what we're basing our job on. And they have landscaped trees on between the sidewalk and the street. We're gonna do the
On the
same
right of
treatment
way, yeah.
on the right of way. And we will be including those which are drawn, and we will also be including the landscaping you see on the drawing. The very faint pavement treatment is also very similar, which are blocks of concrete about 48 inches, about 4 feet by 4 feet, which gives the advantage of having green area between them. So it really looks very nice
Right.
once it's finished. And
Okay.
we will have that on the final set of plans.
Okay, but I wish I could see a little bit more demarcation here as to, I understand this is what I think to be a hedge. How
Mhm.
thick is that hedge? How wide is this parking? How big is this? How wide is it? How far does it go in? I mean, these are basic dimensions.
I
that-
might have this on the first floor plan, I'm not sure. No, it is not, okay. Yes, all those landscaping dimensions can be added with a revised drawing in a very short time.
Again, all the faint lines that are being shown, which is the landscaping, it's shown from the front of the property to the property line, which is 25-foot length. The thickness of the hedge really doesn't matter. You could only plant seedlings when you're planting them. So they're going to be 2-gallon buckets that are going in the ground. The maximum height at the time you plant them is usually 2 feet. So whatever it takes to fill in that 25-foot area. The trees that are that are slightly shown, we will require the same trees. If there's no wiring in the way, it's going to have to be live oaks. Anything in front of the property that he's showing, again, in faint lines, he's going to have to provide as landscaping for the property. The property in front of the front wall of the house, he shows some landscaping there. That will be put in. Again, at his discretion, that's not required by code. What's required by code is 35% of the area to be landscaped area, but when they mean green area, they mean just grass.
No, and I understand that, but at least I wish I could see here where the concrete blocks end and the
Bring the
grass
mic back
begins.
to you, please.
Oh, I'm sorry. I wish I could see on the plans where the grass area ends, where it meets the concrete. Is
Well,
it at
the
5
grass
feet? Is it
area
10
ends at-
feet? Is it,
Again, the grass area ends from what I can see, it ends at the front wall of the house. From the front wall of the house to the back, it's all grassed. From the front wall forward, you have the landscaping that's shown in faint lines. You got the hedge along the west side, the east side, in between the two units. And you have under the cars, you can see the faint lines of the slabs that he described with the 4-inch gap for the grass strips. And then in the right-of-way, it shows the 2 trees, which will be live oak trees.
yeah.
I'm sorry, sir, the problem is that
Yeah.
that would not be in the record. No,
No, the
that-
picture has to be in the record, so.
See, so you can't do that.
I do have a duplex is the same, I don't know if I know. Since the duplex is the same size on both sides, you show two driveways on the one, I suppose it's the west side or the south side, and only two on there. What's gonna go in the empty space there on the plan? Grass? Is there gonna be space for another car? Right here.
No, that'll be landscape.
Landscaping.
That's correct.
That is all landscaping, that is all grass.
Yes.
Because we've seen that before, then people start coming in and they
Yeah.
start parking in there, and then it becomes a 5 or 6 space driveway instead of landscaping.
We are proposing 2 parking spaces per unit, which is shown on the plan.
Correct. The rest of it is green,
I hope so.
grassed areas. It doesn't keep anybody from coming back in the future and.
I know.
No,
large-
of course, but at least what we're approving here would have
Correct.
some sort of
Guidelines.
thought. So maybe if we could just say that the width of these 2 parking spaces can only be, I don't know, what's the width of a parking space is 10 by 20. So maybe the width of these 2 parking spaces could be 20 feet to accommodate the 2 cars going in, and then the rest of the space should be grass.
Correct, it's 20 by 20. The area for parking is 20 by 20. Because if you see in front of the front wall of the property, you have landscape, so that has to have at least 5 feet, and there's only 25-foot setback, so you're looking at 20 by 20.
Okay, but I want to make sure that it does come back to be 20 by 20, not,
We just put it on the record.
okay. Okay, good,
It has to meet everything that we're saying on the record.
okay,
I will comply, yes.
okay.
Any other questions? Any motions?
I make a motion to approve with staff's recommendations, and also the additional requirement of 20 by 20 maximum
And also,
paved area.
and also for the May 1st hearing, no, May 17th, I believe, is the second hearing, correct?
I-
Well,
I have May 15th, I believe.
15th, I'm sorry,
May
May
15th.
15th. For that one, just supply us with a front cover sheet showing the greenery.
Front cover sheet with well-lighted,
Well-defined
well-defined
hardscape versus
landscape
greenscape.
and parking area. Okay, I will.
Based on those recommendations, I second the motion.
Okay, let's put it to a vote. Eugenio Gonzalez,
Yes.
Alvaro Laurido,
Yes?
Deanna Rio,
Yes.
and I vote yes.
Okay,
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
we'll see you May 15th.
Okay, I will have those sheets a couple of
Yeah.
week from now. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a nice night.
Thank
Goodbye.
you.
What's that?
Next item on your agenda is discussion on the amendment to an ordinance regulating outdoor display of merchandise within the commercial corridor. That's West Miami City Code, section 13.3, and the description of what 13.3 is there written below for you. I know this is not your, it was sent back to you. This was not your doing because I remember when you all outlawed any display outside. But unfortunately, when that ordinance back then went to the commission, they reversed it and they allowed some display under that little overhang that the properties have here, that little parapet.
Okay.
So now the city commission has requested that it come back to you to regulate whether there should be any or none at all.
We originally said
That's
none
an
at all,
easy
right?
one.
Huh?
We originally sent none at all, right?
That's correct.
Yeah.
So all I need you to do is a motion on this to instruct Mr. Villalobos to create an ordinance restricting any outdoor display of any merchandise for sale in the commercial corridor.
Let me read something in here. It shall be unlawful for any person to display, store, or keep any article or merchandise for sale on the public sidewalk or streets. That's pretty direct to me.
On the public sidewalk or streets, but then it allowed it under the public, on the private sidewalk and the overhang that That is covering
within the building, or
Right.
the alternative where there's no covering roof on, say, merchandise, as I understand.
So,
So within 5 feet.
right, so you need to request
Yeah,
an
we're gonna
ordinance
scratch-
restricting any
we're gonna-
outdoor
right,
display of
scratch
merchandise.
the, 5 feet.
5 feet?
No, no feet.
No.
Zero.
No.
I'd like to make a motion to recommend that this language be shortened,
Amended?
yeah, to read only. I'm reading right directly from the paper. It shall be unlawful for any person to display, store, or keep any articles of merchandise for sale on the public sidewalks or streets, or to display, place, or store any merchandise for sale where said merchandise is not contained within a building, period.
And then finish there.
Right, no alternatives.
So you're saying to scratch the rest?
Yeah.
Yeah, I second that.
All right, let's vote on it. Eugenio Gonzalez,
Yes.
Alvaro Lorido,
Yes?
Deanna Rio,
Yes.
and I vote yes, as it's stated by Deanna Rio.
Okay, that's your last item on the agenda.
The City of West Miami Planning and Zoning Board of April 23rd, 2019 is closed.